What's up, YouTube? Today, I'm going to show you how to beat the Shinra Middle Management Arena Challenge. Very frustrating. What team I ended up going with was Cloud, Aerith, and Yuffie. And really, you want to just spam magic attacks while you're inside Radiant Ward. That way, you get full invincibility frames, and you don't get mobbed by this massive crowd of enemies that every single round is going to throw at you. Feel free to pause the screen, get that materia and equipment set done, copy it to your layout. Looking at the start of this battle here, the game plan is to set up one ward with Aerith at the start of the round, activate ATB boost, get another ward in. You kind of have to play defensive at the start, block if you need to, then build up more ATB and spam those Aga spells within both of your wards. Not only will you be invincible, you'll also deal out a duplicate spell because of Arcane Ward, maximizing your damage. Activate any spell at any level once you see an attack coming in so that you can evade all of that damage. You'll see that I did that multiple times. Once you get a stagger on one of the enemies, switch to Cloud or Yuffie, go to town with your ATB abilities, pack in all of that damage. Here I thought I could stagger him before I get all that damage, but either way, just push through it. Once you get the stagger, you know it's GG's. You can use limits if you want. I would try to conserve MP usage each round, only cast spells that are necessary. Now to beat the crowd of Tomberries that you get in round 2, same strategy as round 1. Get both of your wards open and active with Aerith, and then spam the Thyraga spells. You'll notice that I have Magnify boosted with the Thyraga spell, excuse me. And it just destroys these guys. This really trivializes the fight. Allows you to mop up these guys within a matter of seconds. You can dodge these Scourge and, one-hit KO abilities at the very last second. It's risky, but it's possible. Moving on to the third. This one is definitely a break they give you in the middle of this crazy challenge. I messed up. I actually dodged instead of activating the ward initially, so you'll see me take some damage here. And it actually interrupted my ATB boost, which kind of flustered me for a second, but switching to your other characters, getting some ATB charge, and then focusing on trying to pressure the zoo with ice is really what you want to do here. You can activate Ice Ninjutsu with Yuffie as well to get that pressure going quickly. Take a little bit of damage. Here I teleport back to the ward. Ward shift is a super useful ability. And then also utilizing Focus Thrust from Cloud to capitalize whenever Yuzu gets to pressure, go to town. Anytime the enemy is staggered, Art of War, usually 1 or 2 is going to deal like 40% damage for the entire health bar. And then you just mop it up, rinse and repeat. Leave a comment below how many attempts it took you to complete this challenge. It took me at least 20 attempts. At least. Better part of an afternoon. Slamming my head against the wall. First 3 rounds not too bad, but really that 4th round that we'll see in a second here, totally killer. All right, that's the zoo. Now this is the hardest round of the challenge. It's really luck-based, not gonna lie. You need to get Radiant Ward out first and then gauge what the opponent's gonna do. So you'll see me play a bit defensively here. The Toad is going after a different character, so that gives me a chance to get the ATB boost off and then spam the strongest spells I can. You want to focus on one Joker enemy at a time with your characters and then use Blizzaga on the Toad and arrow spells on, or Airaga spells on one of the Jokers. It takes a few attacks from the Toad in order for him to get his tongue out, but as soon as that happens, focus on the tongue and pressure him once you break the tongue. At that point, focus only on the Toad, get him staggered, and get him out of the fight as soon as possible. What makes this round so difficult is that Soul Sucker, Capture, and the jumping ability from the Toad have ludicrous range. I mean, I felt like I was halfway across the map and they still got me so many different times. Anytime you get mobbed like that, just switch to Yuffie or Aerith and focus on the tongue until it breaks. I mean, just look at that, it's ridiculous. He can trigger these jumping attacks super quickly. But if you're in Radiant Ward and you've got the ATB, you find yourself in a position where you can't dodge, just activate a spell and you won't take any damage. Here was fortunate enough that they actually all grouped up together and they got some residual damage from the Blizzaga spell. You find an opportunity to put Arcane Ward down with Aerith at any point in the battle, feel free to do so. It'll make this go a lot quicker. Once you get enough ATB for those Aga spells, roll into that Radiant Ward and just let it fly. Otherwise, keep a distance with Yuffie, throw out that Shuriken, and play the slow but steady game. Capitalize on the stagger. You could revive if you want. Didn't find it necessary here. Pop in the healing ward so I could top it off. Hopping back in the ward for that final spell, just to be safe. Alright, for this final round, Ironclad is weak to Thunder. This is the first time I got to this final round, so you'll see me pause here. But really what you want to focus on is Thunder spells in order to increase pressure. So you'll see me get the wards up with Aerith. And activating the Fleeting Familiar by holding down square and just popping them from a distance. And this is one of those battles of attrition. Best way to do this is activate the Lightning Ninjutsu with Yuffie once you get enough ATB. Throw the Shuriken and then just attack at a distance until that pressure bar raises up. And you want to capitalize when he does pressure. Every time he uses Sharpen, he auto pressures. So once that happens, switch to Cloud and use Focus Thrust to fill up that pressure bar quickly. I was very sloppy once I finally got here, I was just fatigued. But you definitely want to keep your characters healed up throughout the fight. Otherwise, he's going to do exactly what he did to me. These very quick and very difficult to dodge sweeping abilities where he turns behind his back. You'll see it in a second. That one right there. Here he did 2 in a row for me, and that knocked out Cloud. I said, you know what? I can handle this with Yuffie. I can roll out quickly from these attacks, just keep my distance, increase the pressure gauge with the Shuriken. At this point, got it in the bag. It's just a matter of keeping your distance, rolling away from the Fire August spells. Oh, I'm telling you guys, I was exhausted when I finally got to this point. It was a little sloppy with Cloud, but honestly, you do what you gotta do. Comment below how long it took you to finish this. See me absolutely fail a Bloomer form there. It's alright. I saved this quest as the last one, or at least challenge as the last one in the Shinra quest line, the middle manager. It was pretty fun, very challenging, but that's Final Fantasy VII for you. Yeah, he can deal a lot of damage with that spell there, but keep your distance, play it safe, it'll be fine. One other thing to note, actually, is that I read that you can only beat him once he is staggered, so it was pretty risky to not revive Cloud here to take advantage of his damage, but it all worked out in the end. I mean, I'm missing so many dodges here, so you know, it just goes to show you it's very possible, even if you make mistakes. Boom, and there you have it. Like the video if you liked it. I'll let the final video play. You guys can see the cutscene that happens when you finally beat this ridiculous challenge. I'm out. See ya.
Congratulations on clearing the 5th challenge! Be proud! You're the first contestant to have made it this far. You alone are a However, it is still... And why? Because I hope all will be settled in a final match. You and me...
Fine by me.
Very well. Then I shall...
Is spectating not enough? Want to step inside the ring? Head to our entrance